All right, mathematicians, here we go with lesson 13 problem set. We are working with perimeter, and what you need to know about perimeter is that it's the measurement around the outside of a shape. When we did area, we were talking about all this gray area inside of the shape. With perimeter, we're talking about the measurement of the black lines around. So perimeter in real life has to do with something like making a fence, building a fence around your yard. You need to know the perimeter, just the outside part. You're not going to put the fence in this inside part. You're just putting it around the border of your yard. So that's what we're talking about with perimeter. And perimeter is quite straightforward. The confusion comes when you're talking about area and perimeter together, remembering which is which. So with perimeter, to find what the perimeter is of this shape, all we have to do is add up the measurements of the sides. So you'll notice here they show a capital P. That stands for perimeter. So in math, when you see the capital P, it's talking about perimeter. Then they show you how they're adding the 3 inches here, plus the 8 inches up here, plus the 3 inches here, and the 8 inches here. So when we add that up, and you can add it however you want, I like to take the two big numbers. 8 plus 8 is 16. Then I can add this side in. 16 plus 3 is 19. And then 19 plus 3 is 22. So the perimeter is 22 inches. And it's always required that you put that unit of measure, whether it's inches or centimeters or yards, whatever it is, okay? So a lot of times third graders make mistakes just adding that up because you've got 4 numbers to add, maybe more, and that can get tricky as you add more and more numbers together. So you solve that problem the best way you know how. All right, so letter B, here we go again. We've got a 4-sided square, and every side is the same measurement. So we're going to fill it in on our problem set, showing 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. In this case, it doesn't matter. They're all the same number. And it doesn't matter what order you put these in, but I would get in the habit of putting them in the same way. I usually start with this one, then I go around like this, like a clock. Some people like to start at the top and go around, so it's up to you. So what is 4 times 4, right? When we're repeatedly adding the same number, it's really a multiplication problem if we want to. So when we do 4 times 4, we get 16. 16 centimeters. Letter C. This time we only have 3 sides. So we can add our 6 centimeters plus 11 plus 9. So when I'm looking at this, I notice right away 11 and 9 gives me 20. So I'm finding the easy 10 fact that I can add on to. And then 20 plus 6 gives me 26. Okay, one more on the front side, and then we'll flip to the back, and you can get on to your homework. All right, this figure has 4 sides, but this is a trapezoid, and because it has one set of parallel sides. So we can start adding those up. We can take the 7 plus the 5 plus the 9 plus the 15. And again, here's a 20. 15 and 5 is 20, plus 9 is 29. Plus 7 gives us 36 meters. Just adding it all up. All right, so flip to the back. Number 2 says, Alan's rectangular swimming pool is 10 meters long and 16 meters wide. What is the perimeter? So here you go. Here's 10 meters long, 16 meters wide. So they drew the picture for us. So finding out the answer to this problem, we're going to start adding them together. 10 plus 16 plus 10 plus 16. And that's a capital P for perimeter equals all that. So find an easy way. I think one way would be to add all the 10s. So I've got 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. That's 4 10s, or 40. Plus 6 is 46. Plus another 6 gives me 42 meters. The perimeter of the pool is 42 meters. You have to have a fence around a pool. That's a law, so you would need to buy 42 meters of fencing. It's an important thing to know when you're going to buy a fence. How much do you need? All right, last problem. Number 3, Lila measures each side of the shape below. Ooh, that's a funky looking shape, isn't it? How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So that's a pentagon. Doesn't look like a typical pentagon. We need to find letter A. What is the perimeter? Oh, I guess I answered letter B. Let's go to letter B first. Is she correct? Yes. Because why? Well, any 5-sided shape is a pentagon. This prefix, penta, means 5. Okay? So some of you might run track when you get older. If you do the pentathlon, that means you're doing 5 separate events, a running, a throwing, and 3 more various track events. All right, let's go back to letter A. What is the perimeter? Well, we've got to add all those sides. So when you've got a funky shape like this, you want to make sure you get them all. So here's what I do. I say capital P equals, and then I look here, I say 4 inches, 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 9. Now I know I got them all because I can go back and look and see I crossed them all off. Try to be organized just like we were with the line plots. All right, so add these up. I'm looking here, I see 4 and 2 is 6, 2 6s is 12, plus 3 more is 15, 15 plus 9 is 24, and what is my label? Inches. Okay, I can get that from going back to my shape and looking at how the sides are labeled. Okay, so that's perimeter. Pretty straightforward. You're adding, adding, adding. Area, you're multiplying, multiplying, multiplying. All right, get started on your lesson 13 homework.